video. All right, let's get on to our first debate topic.
Boom.
All
Right off the start.
right, let's do this because it's been talked about all day. People are still talking about it. Rampage Jackson's son. Okay, he got up in there. I'm trying to be unbiased and giving the account of what happened unbiased. Cliff, you go do it right here because I'm gonna be biased.
All right.
I'm really because like it ticked me off in an unbiased way.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'll
So,
start off with my take first so I can get it out. But
all
yeah,
right. Well, here's it. So,
unbiasedly.
if you guys didn't check it out, Raja Jackson was live streaming some things behind the scenes. Kind of went viral. Right. There was a situation with like a can, and they thought that there was like some things happening. There was apologies, all sorts of things that were going on. But during a match, Raj Jackson jumped in a ring, proceeded to hit a double leg, and then let's just say, for lack of a better word, he fucked this man up. Now, to be fair, Raj Jackson is a trained MMA fighter, right? So there's some things that are going on there. But yeah, so Rampage Jackson tried to kind of like smooth it out, and kind of, he's gonna stick up for his son, say some things. So our topic for today would be a work gone wrong or indie danger zone. So go on, Chaz.
All right, look, I'm gonna tell you what it is. No, it's not. It's not work gone wrong. It's not no indie danger zone. It's no clear cookie little cute little name for it. It is an assault. It's assault. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's an assault on a person, a human being. This is why we have commissions. This is why states won't deregulate professional wrestling. This is why. Because the Midwest, and I'm sorry for my Midwest people who are watching, but the middle of the country, the wrestling scene in there, just wants to go buck wild because there's not a lot of regulations there. Because it pains me because this type of stuff can be so much easily avoidable. Like, was it a botch? No. That was no botch. That was a beatdown. He hit that man clear as day about 8-9 times before he got off of him. Or not even got off him. Before he was pulled apart off of him. Like, at this point, I hate the fact that I gotta change my stance on this. But look, at this point, I'm all for commissions. I'm for commissions. Because at this point, commissions are here to protect wrestlers and not just to restrict them. Because Rampage Jackson's son should have not been in that ring. I don't care. He should have not been in that ring point blank. And then if it's true that Stu goes, hey, you can get it back to me in the ring. Fuck no. Don't you tell nobody that. Us wrestlers, we have got to stop playing with this. Stop it. Stop. Y'all are going to get yourselves fucking hurt. He's a fucking trained MMA fighter who fights for real. I'm sorry, and I will tell it like it is. Us wrestlers, 90% of them don't know how to throw a real punch, and if they got punched in the face, they are down for 10 seconds. Off rip. Get it back to me in the ring. You're an idiot. You are an idiot for telling that man that. Because legitimately, if that happened outside of the ring, that's jail time, not a work. That's jail time. Assault. It's absolutely silly, and the promotion should be held responsible because they allowed that to happen. And on top of the fact that they didn't smarten him up. Everybody's at fault. There is not one person to blame. Everybody is at fault. Everybody. Because even and I'm going to be completely honest, it's 2025. I do not think Jackson still in 2025 believes that pro wrestling is real. I find that hard to believe that in 2025, when WWE is outright saying, "Hey, pal, this is a work," that he did not know that, hey, I can't go in this ring and really beat somebody to a pulp. There is no way. No way. So that's right. Shame on all of them. All of them. And this is what makes wrestling look reckless and unprofessional. This is why wrestling, and especially the independents, get a bad rap and get that stench on them. Because y'all do dumb stuff for clout. I'm done.
Hey, Chaz, real quick, do me a favor.
Yes.
What state was that in again?
I don't know.
No, you was in the Midwest though.
I don't know.
Well, that's what you said though. You put it on the Midwest.
Well, yeah, the Midwest. I mean, because they're most of the ones who do the dumb shit in indie wrestling. That's why I said that.
Right. Sun Valley,
That's
California.
California, even worse.
Yeah. No, I just okay. Let me put this out there. Is everybody at fault? Yeah, 100%. And KnokX Pro Wrestling, right? That's what happened. Rikishi's school, by the way, WWEID school.
Ha! That makes it even fucking worse.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I'm like, yo, it's not like it gets any better. Like it just
Like,
there are
like,
levels.
you make it. Look, that yes.
Yeah, there are levels to this stuff. That's why I'm like, yo,
thank you.
we're on the
Thank
same
you.
page. Everybody's at fault, and like Syko Stu, like our thoughts are going out to you, bro. Like speedy recovery, like 100%.
Yes, I mean I should have said that too.
You should have.
Yeah. Hopefully, speedy recovery.
Yeah. And again, you touched on it. Like someone should have smartened them up. Like, yo, man, when you give when you're getting receipts, right? Giving a receipt, it is like, hey, it's kind of like a one and done kind of deal. Like you make it count, get it in and get out, right? There's no reason to continue to bully somebody down to a pulp, especially to the point where even to me, this is where the crazy thought process is like, and I don't know, and I'll be fair, Raja, like I don't know what's going through your mind, man. Like were you seeing red and then you were just gone and then you just kept going at it? But like as an MMA fighter, right? And I know this to be true because like we see this all the time happening. When dudes get knocked out and their hands go flat, we know immediately that it's time to stop. Like you got to have the control to know like, hey, this is dead. And the fact that like another dude got in there and like picked him up and like tried to push him off and stuff like that, and then he ran that person into the buckle, and then another guy was like trying to hold him. Like one dude you could see clearly knew how to grapple and was just like grappling with Raja and was like, yo, dude, like like he was trying to talk to him like, yo, stop, calm down, like breathe, right, trying to relax and stuff. And dude was just not having it. Like he clearly was having something going on. And there's a lot to be said about how Rampage like try to downplay, but also try to like, obviously he said like, his son had no reason to be in that position and shouldn't have been in that position at all because he doesn't know he's not knowing how to turn off this switch that gets turned on. And he was ready to go for moments, right? And I don't want to put this on there and be like, yo, he's going to blame. Like these guys also, there's that one dude in the video. He's a cowboy. He was like, yo, we talked about in the back what a receipt is. You give him a receipt back and you let him know, and if I got a problem with it, I'll stand up for you and tell you that, this, that, and the other. Like, the thing is that all that stuff was squashed in the back, and that should have just been the end of it. Like there shouldn't have been like an additional like, hey, let's add to it, let's keep going. We could run this, we could make this into something. Like no, it should have just been dead. Because the problem is that, like you said, Chaz, hey, fuck around and get the wrong idea, man. It's someone gonna end your shit, and that's exactly what happened, right? This man, like, first of all, I'm very glad that Stu, as a professional, man, like he got picked up, and the first thing he did, he took that bump, and he was like, "Yo, I'm good," and then bam, that was it, just one punch, and that was all it took. Like you're talking about a man who trains for a living, Like, this man's hands are lethal weapons. Like, you're gonna get cracked, and you need to chill. Like, and I think Stu probably thought that this was just some random kid. Like, he didn't know who this kid was. You know what I mean? And to be fair, he saw the cameras. He probably saw a streamer. He thought, like, this is just some average kid. This isn't gonna be anything. And unfortunately, this is the one time where this is probably best worst case scenario, if that makes sense. If I say that, like, you got pummeled by Rampage Jackson's kid, you know what I mean? Like, but he gonna go to jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, that's the problem. And I feel bad all around for everybody in the whole situation, because it's just a situation that could have been avoided, should have been avoided, but because one person thought that another person was in a work, realizing that they weren't, you know, Stu, like, was it Syko Stu, like, paid the price for that, man. And ooh, Lord, what you got, Twitch?
My condolences to Syko Stu and his family. I hope you a speedy recovery. Uh, Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. You are a trained fighter. I don't give a fuck who your daddy is. I don't care who you think you are. Your brain should have been stomped in that fucking ring when you decided to take liberties with that dude. Wholeheartedly. From when I come from, you should have had your ass stomped out by everyone in that locker room in the middle of that fucking ring. You are a piece of fucking shit for that. And that's all I honestly got to say about it. I think it is a horrible situation. Shame upon everybody who thought this would be a good idea. Someone out there, regardless if it was a promoter, if it was a security guy, somebody out there knew who that kid was. It's not like he's a nobody who is training at a gym down the road. Everybody knows who Rampage Jackson is. You either watched him fight, you saw him in the A team. Everybody knows who he is. Somebody knew that was his son.
You saw him in TNA?
Exactly. Like, come on now.
Yep.
You mean to tell me that nobody knew that that was Rampage Jackson's son, a trained MMA fighter, and said, hey, maybe this isn't a good fucking idea?
Well, let's be fair, man, and not that I don't want to interrupt your point, right? But I'm just gonna add to it. Hey, let's be fair. A lot of promoters out there, they don't give a fuck. If it gets eyes on the product, that's all they care about.
Far be it from me, because you two are still in this business. I have stepped away from it, obviously. But from everything I hear, no, I agree with you 100%. Promoters don't give a fuck. Not to kiss his ass or anything, but thank God for people like TJ.
TJ would have said that was a bad idea. TJ would have been like, "Hey, who's that kid? No, Jackson. Like, is he a fight? No, like, no. Y'all just,
Like,
I'm sitting seat."
not like I said, not to kiss his ass because he's a friend of the show and shit like that. But I feel like he's at least smart enough to be like, this is a trained MMA fighter, regardless of who the fuck he is. This is a dumb idea.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just mind boggling. It's just, and then like the discourse. I hate the word discourse, and I hate that it's now become a part of my vocabulary. But the back and forth that people are going, especially wrestlers. Oh, if I was in there, Rampage Jackson wouldn't have. Shut your dumb ass up.
The same thing would have happened to you. Sit the fuck down and touch grass.
I'll be fair. I'll say this. I know a handful of independent wrestlers that I think legit would have stood a chance. Otherwise, most of y'all, and I may even put myself in this category too, would have ended up like a henchman fighting Batman. Like, just to be fair.
I wholeheartedly think I could name like 2 people that I know who would have probably stood a chance, but it still wouldn't have been a good one.
Right, like
Right, 100%. I like, leaning back on it. Yeah, I think I look back and I'm like, I can look at some guys. I'm like, all right, I know they trained. I know their MMA fight. I've seen them in the octagon, right? Like,
Yeah.
like battling. Only a handful of guys I could think of that's gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna be in there. They're gonna do the thing. Otherwise, like the majority, and I'm talking about like 97% of people in the business in that moment, hey, looking like I said, looking like a henchman. they, not everybody out here is Bane. A lot of y'all are henchmen. Like, I just want you to think
Uh-huh.
about that. Just slam, slam, slam. Y'all was the reason for the words bam and poof.
Zing.
See? It's just
Damien, what do you think about this?
About what?
Rampage's son beating the fuck out of Syko Stu.
It's the he was trying to be. He was trying to skip this topic. He was trying to. He was. I get it. I get it. He was trying to. That's why he was trying to skip out. Make sure.
I'm gonna keep it 100 then. I don't know what y'all said, but I ain't gonna hold you. Like, even though I am a wrestler, if somebody just like hit me in the head with like a beer can, yo, they get in the hands.
I mean,
And then you give me permission to get you back. Yeah, you get in the hands, son. Now, however, like looking at the facts of the situation, like that kid shouldn't have been in that ring. Period. He shouldn't have been there. Period. He shouldn't have been part of the situation, considering the fact that he's recovering from, MMA training, recovering from a fucking concussion. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then you hit him in the head with a can. Like, I get the guy was sorry. It should have never happened. It should have never been put in the situation to happen. And I know that everybody knew that he got mad in the back or outside. So why did you proceed with said angle? So all the people, and I'll probably never get a chance to wrestle there after I say this. Man, what's the name of the company again?
KnokX Pro Wrestling.
KnokX Pro
So
Wrestling.
KnokX Pro Wrestling, you were a bunch of fucking idiots. You should have not had that kid out there, period. And then when you knew that he was like pissed like that over that situation, you should have called it off. So
that's the other part too. Like, if you watch that stream, right? Like, Stu like apologizes. He's like, "Yo, man, I didn't know. I thought you was a worker, bro. Like this, that, and the other." They shake hands. Ayo, they. He said it to him. He goes, "You can get me back in the ring." He said it to him, and then I was like, and I was talking to Chaz. This was prior to me even watching the rest of the videos. Me and talking to Chaz. Chat. I was like, "Yo, like no one's smarting this kid up. No one's like, hey, yo, like this is what's gonna happen."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
like nobody pulled him aside, tried to really calm his ass down.
Yeah,
and then
but
if you look at whoever he was with, they were filming the whole time, and you see him being aggravated the whole fucking time.
Yo, but and here's the other part too. Like, so there's like multiple layers that I want to add to this, just because context is like all the videos, right? But like, you have this kid upset, and then there's that guy with the cowboy hat. I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. Okay, like I will look this up, right? But he's like, "Yo, yeah, we told you what the receipt was, right? So you get your receipt, you get in there, and you lay in the shot, and blah 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 blah. And then if anybody got a problem with it, then I'll take it up with them." Cool. Okay, so now you've accepted responsibility. But my man is sitting in the front row, and he's talking to somebody on the phone. And he's like, "Yeah, this isn't a work. This isn't fake, Dad. This isn't scripted. Blah 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 blah." Hey, yo, at no point, nobody watching the stream, nobody in that show watching the stream, just to make sure, like, hey, yo, my man's cool, calm, collected. Nope. All right, cool. Well, when that man walked in, like, it is what it is at that point. Like, then you're trying to separate him, and you're trying to stop him, and he's trying to fight everybody else in there. Like, clearly we have some issues that are happening here. And, like, it's, like, to be fair, and Damien, I don't know if you heard us talk about it, but this is Rikishi's school.
Yeah, I heard.
That's your school, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
You
dropping the fucking
WWE
ball
EID
like he
school.
always does. I
That
mean,
was Rikishi's school.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
like his company, and that's why he hasn't said shit about it. Like you got a dude in the hospital right now.
For a very opinionated person, you're right. He hasn't said anything.
Which is crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
It is. It's fucking hilarious. But like I said, at the end of the day, in my opinion, this falls on the fucking company.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all didn't handle the situation right. Yeah, I get it. You thought it'd be cool, but like, you can't tell me that the people running the show did not hear about the shit in the back because he wasn't like it got loud back there.
And
Yeah.
so
There
Yeah.
one
was a
of the
lot of
guys,
people trying to hold him back.
yeah, and one of the guys that was being interviewed said that, that Smith had a bunch of his, obviously we're talking about facial fractures, lost a bunch of his teeth, and that he was choking on his own blood and teeth. And then somebody reminded me that there was kids there. Like, yo, this is a real thing that's happening right now. And it's like, how is it that the last thing that's kind of being said, right? And I'll read it because I'm reading this like right out of the USA Today article too. Um, the Jackson is told by a wrestler identified as Mallow to give him a receipt. A receipt is a wrestling term for equal response to a previous transgression. As long as I get my lick back, I'm straight. That's what Jackson said live on the stream. So this man was already looking to,
Already looking to hurt him.
yeah,
Exactly.
murk this dude.
That's premeditated.
After being driven to a separate parking lot during the live stream, Jackson received a call from a person, apparently Hudson, who tells him Smith is flatlined in the ring. My bad, Jackson said in his response. Like, dude, and like I saw somewhere in here earlier, I'm trying to look it up, where he was talking about somebody said something like, we'll make something out of this. Like, what are we doing?
Why?
Yeah, you gonna make a fucking lawsuit out of this?
And I get it too. Like, here's the other part, right? Like, maybe you saw this kid and you said, yo, he kind of looks familiar, but I don't want to be like that guy to say, like, hey, are you this person? And you just saw the camera and you thought, like, oh, this would look good, like, for live streaming. Maybe he was trying to take advantage of that situation, right? Like, someone, like, you think maybe there's like 1,000 or so followers that's going to get some free eyes on your show. But man, at some point in time, like, you're like, hey, this was a no one looking at it just to making sure, like, hey, one, is this kid okay? Two, like, can we like let him know, like, hey, yo, don't smoke him, like, you're gonna have to pull punches. But then three, like, yo, everybody's trying to separate this dude, and this kid is just angry and he's just seeing red, and there's nobody there to be like, oh, we should have at least told him, like, hey, here's how it's gonna happen. That's why Rampage had to say what Rampage said was like, hey, he shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. You shouldn't have put him in there.
At all.
So and then also like I saw a video of his name. What is his name? What's the kid's name again?
Raja.
Raja. So he did like I don't know where he did the video, but he did a video basically was like this nigga was stressing. Like he's like, yo, like, financially I ain't doing so great. Like things are not going the way that I want them to go right at the moment. Like I got a lot of stress, a lot of things on my mind. Then you get put in that concussion, so this nigga is already angry,
Right.
like from jump. And so then, you had that situation break out, and y'all still didn't do anything though. That's my thing. Like, if there's a fight getting ready to break out and it doesn't even get to the point where it goes to blows, you got to make sure that the talent is cool, especially if they're working together.
Yep. Yep.
Because if you don't, somebody will get hurt.
Every time.
And here's the other part too, right? Like, and this is the thing that we talk about, like, in the business, and everybody on this podcast, anybody who's like a wrestling fan, you all know, like, the idea of, like, the business is like you're supposed to protect each other, right? Like, hey, there's 3 other people in the ring when Raj jumps in. No one does anything.
Nope.
Shout out to the
It's out.
dumbass ref who just stands there.
Dude,
Yeah,
my thing is, I what the guy would look like he was out on the fucking slam.
he was out on that first punch because that was slam.
No, I know. I
think he
dude,
was.
I saw the back
selling,
of his head just hit the fucking mat.
I think
He
he was
landed rough on that slam, but
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think that man was
first punch
out.
that knocked him out.
Yeah, that first
Yeah.
punch put him out.
Absolutely. The first punch definitely knocked him
Yo,
out.
he was definitely out after the first punch.
Yeah.
Like for sure, sleeping.
Yeah, and the
it's
other part
like-
too, and what upsets me too is that this man was a veteran too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's an
Yeah.
army veteran. He's thinking like, oh, I'm gonna help take care of this. I'm gonna take care of this for on the side, blah 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 blah. And then like he gets crushed. Like you know what I mean? Like
He don't even get crushed, dude. He got fucking obliterated.
22 times.
Yeah.
yeah.
22.
22 fucking punches.
And I'll be fair, I'll say it. It's 21 too many.
Yeah. It might be 22 too many because it shouldn't have happened. Period.
It shouldn't have happened. But if and let's be fair, man. Like we've all been in the ring. Like hey, when we get hit and we're gonna deliver a receipt, we're gonna deliver the receipt. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it. Like I remember barely clipping somebody's nose one time, and this dude full on soccer kicked me in the neck. Like
I'm pretty sure, other than Cliff, I've given everybody here a receipt.
Yeah.
Chaz got it for ripping my toenail off.
We've always been on the same team, bro.
Okay, then Chaz is the only one who's gotten a receipt.
Oh, no, did we? But no.
No, we've never.
I mean, I tried to kill somebody, and I went to the ring angry from the jump. But then I calmed down because I was like, oh, I don't want to kill him. Then he potatoed me, and then I tried to throw him around and rip his head off. And then I tagged out of the match because I didn't. It was the safer thing to do.
but this is a wild situation, and
It is, yeah.
there needed to be way more communication all around than just, oh, I think I got it. Nah, bruh. Clear. And look at back. And let's be fair. Hindsight 2020, like that's us looking at the situation. If this situation happens live, I don't know if any of this, and this is the bad part, and someone's gonna flame me out for this one. I don't know if the situation changes if it happens live.
It doesn't.
It does now, right? We all gonna be like, maybe we should think about this one.
But in hindsight,
Previous to this,
no.
nah. Not when certain people still get signed and still get asked to come on shows and they, doing, let's be fair, a Canadian destroyer off of a ladder through two tables. You know what I mean? Like, nah. Like not when we literally watched. We've seen footage of a man literally trying to kill another man as he throws him off of a scaffolding. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I remember that.
I remember.
Actually, the fucked up part was I watched that live.
I'm just saying, like, it's hard for me to sit back and go, yeah, you know what? Like, that situation would have been all right.
He tased this man on top of a scaffolding.
I can't feel my legs. You ain't gonna need them.
And you know the messed up part about that situation is the fact that he said he was trying to throw him to the floor.
Yeah.
Didn't hit the
The
ring.
table got in the way.
He's at the table. Yeah, I'm like I said, man.
Yeah.
I think any prior, like I said, after this, I think a lot of wrestlers are gonna be like, "Hey, we got to be cautious about this kind of stuff." But man, prior, like, we would have been doing this. We would, and I be fair, man. I think all of us probably would have made the choice to be like, "Hey, man, yeah, you can get one back, bro." On us if we made that same mistake and some random streamer was like at a show. I think we all probably would have all made the same decision. Is we mad because it's hindsight, In the moment, I don't know if we would be that way.
Chad, you good?
I watched.
So if it was
I
my
watched the
show,
video again. That's why I'm looking like that.
if it was my show and I was running it, and I heard about that, I would have been sending that kid home.
I'd have done more than send
Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna pay you for showing up. You can't be doing this right now. You ain't in the right state of mind. Go home.
All right. Final thoughts on this one, so we can move on. Final thoughts. Go ahead, Cliff.
It was just a bad situation, man. No right decisions were made. That's all.
All right, Damien.
Is it bad just because of the way that the situation passed out? Panned out. That is anybody? I feel like it's just the bad circumstances of events where it's like, is anybody really responsible? Like, it's just like I said, it's just bad events after another that led to this situation that's very unfortunate. And I hope dude's okay.
All right, Twitch.
I just hope dude's good.
Yeah. My look, it's assault. That's assault. Clear as day. That's assault. Charges need to be pressed.
Oh, for sure.
Like I said earlier, if that joint happened outside of the ring, that's jail time, not a work. That's my little.
He definitely needs to go through the justice system on that one.
Yeah. That's.
I mean, as his father said, you know, he like for his 2 youngest kids, he set up a college fund. For his 2 older kids, he saved up bail money. I'm being dead ass. He said,
yeah, because I mean, it's not funny. It's sad. It's just because like it's just no control, and it's just I've been just the video I got it up right here, and I'm like it's just insane. All right, let's move on. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod _X. 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm going to walk away and you're going to play another video. Now it's time to shine. Now. A little bit of SoCo, now drop me some lime. Now it's time to set it off, drop some gangsta funk with some OG Snoop, sipping gin and juice. Now get loose on the